from SCN GMC Yavatmal, Vasantram Naik Government Medical College.
Yavatmal.
Yavatmal. Nagpur.
Amravati Pasha.
Yes, yes. In MD medicine.
Maran.
Yes, yes. Nagpur.
Aduh, bukan saya marah marah.
Past MD medicine in 2019 and in Department of Cardiology and Kindness in 2020.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today I am going to present the Valor SCM trial, the landmark trial in cardiology, which was carried out in last year.
Landmark by who?
By US FDA.
By company.
Company. Yes, company. It's company-driven, partner-driven trials.
Right?
But it has been covered in various conferences in cardiology.
It's a concept.
Yes, it's a concept is a very interesting and
Right.
Does it changes any guideline?
yes.
It changes, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, every new trial is always going to be discussed in every conference.
Yes.
At least discussed.
Because the mechanism they developed for HOCM, that is myosin inhibition. It's a very new and it's a very good concept to defer surgical myectomy or alcohol-septal ablation in obstructive hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. All we know that hypertrophic cardiomyopathy is a myocardial disorder characterized by primary left ventricular hypertrophy. Prevalence is around 1:200 to 1:500 and estimated 15 to 20 million population suffer from it worldwide. 2/3 of patients have obstructive SCM and other are non-obstructive. Symptoms are typically related to dynamic LVOT obstruction. Coming to the therapies.
What is the issue? I'm not concerned with the value.
Yes, it's a dynamic LVOT obstruction causing various
You
symptoms.
don't get the obstruction in a postmortem.
Yes, sir. It's a dynamic LVOT obstruction.
Right?
Yes,
So when you do the postmortem, you don't get the obstruction.
yes. We only can find the increased symptoms like yes.
Right? And
Yes.
how they present?
With
No, they present as a subsidiary.
Yes.
Sudden cardiac death. So when sudden cardiac death, you go for postmortem.
Yes.
And you don't find anything.
Yes.
See,
Yes.
because you have not done the histopathology of that septum.
Yes. Coming to various modalities for treatment of obstructive SCM, current medical therapies are not developed for specific treatment of SCM. Septal reduction therapies, either surgical septal myectomy or alcohol septal ablation, are recommended for the patient with intractable symptoms related to maximal medical therapy.
Who was the VIP who subjected to this in India? These are non-need questions. Right?
Yes.
Minister Mahan from DMK. He was subjected to the alcohol injections. DMK.
So now, Mr. Sir.
Maran ke Maran. He was the DMK person who was minister. He had a HOCM. And he wanted that it should be alcohol ablation of the septal artery.
Is he alive still?
Yeah.
I think central में भी एक बार मिला
Central में जाता है. He got the benefit because of the central ministry. You don't become doctor, you go to the minister. Okay.
Although symptom reduction therapies improve long-term survival in the patient of HOCM, symptom and quality of life, optimal result requires specialized care and not widely available. So, there is unmet need of non-invasive therapies through SRT for highly symptomatic HOCM patients. Regarding various management options we have for HOCM, for sudden cardiac death prevention, we have to do primary prevention ICD. With progressive heart failure with obstruction, there are two options: surgical myectomy or unpulling septal ablation. With non-obstructive progressive heart failure, we have treatment as heart transplant, and And in atrial fibrillation, we have to continue anticoagulation and catheter ablation or MACE procedures for this. So coming to our trial manner, SCM trial.
See the genetics.
Yes,
See the family.
yes,
You
yes,
see, if one person is having HOCM,
yes,
screen the all person.
yes.
Then manifestation usually starts after being 16 years in age surgery.
Means that you should be,
Very, but
I know the family.
surprisingly going treatment.
In childhood, sir, we have to screen patient every 1 yearly, and after in adulthood, we have to screen patient every 3 to 5 yearly, sir.
So, again the era of genomes,
Yes,
see, you have to screen it as.
yes. Coming to the trial, this trial carried out in US. It is a multi-centric trial carried out in 19 centers in United States of America. It has with primary objective to determine if addition of mavacamten, it is a myosin inhibitor, to maximally tolerated dose to medical therapy would allow severely symptomatic HOCM patient to improve sufficiently that they no longer met guideline criteria for septal reduction therapy or choose not to undergo SRT for 60 days.
This is the trial of 11,
Ha, sir.
and we are running in 23.
This trial was carried out in this reference is 11, sir. The drug was.
Whatever it may be,
Ha.
the,
Yes,
the
sir.
concept is from 11 as such.
Yes, concept is from 2011, but to go in phase 3 trial, it has taken 10 years. So, about the study design, they have done baseline echo screening at 2 weeks, and they randomized patient in 2 groups. One group received mavacamten, there is 56 patients, and other group received placebo. This is a double-blinded placebo-controlled treatment. And every 4 weeks, they have the patient are monitored with echo findings, and according to the dose of mavacamten has been adjusted.
So these all were new cases, they were not known cases.
No, sir. All
All were known cases.
known case.
So they must be on some baseline beta blocker and all, right?
Yes, yes. The trial primary objective itself says optimal medical management, which were advised the SRTs. We have to defer SRT. They have studied mavacamten for the same.
But whether they were on beta blockers.
Yes, beta blockers, non-DHP calcium channel blockers, and disparate.
They were already on the drug.
Optical medical management.
Optical management.
Yes,
And on top of that,
they have added.
ADK inhibitors were given.
Yes, yes. And they have assessed the deferral of surgery in that patient, sir. How much they improve after the drugs. Mavacamten titrated using core lab measured echo LVF and LVOT gradient at the rest and pulse of communications. Key inclusion criteria: age more than 18 years, documented SCA with maximal septal wall thickness more than 15 mm or more than 30 mm with family history of HCM. Severity treatment despite of maximally tolerated medical therapy. NYHA functional class 3 or 4 or class 2 with exertional syncope or near syncope. Maximal medical therapy could include disopyramide or combination of beta blocker and calcium channel blocker, which is ideal guideline directed treatment for HCM. Dynamic LVOT gradient at rest or with provocation more than 50 mm of mercury. Documented LV ejection fraction more than 60%. It is a very important point. We will discuss that one. And patient must be referred within past 12 months for SRT and actively considering for the scheduling of the procedure. Patient could elect septal reduction therapy at any time following the randomization. And the endpoint of the study were primary endpoint
So
was
they have been just evaluated, not already indicated, right?
yes,
For SRT.
yes. They have evaluated and advised SRT according to functional classifications and
So,
symptoms.
okay, they have already been indicated.
Yes, sir. Already been indicated.
Okay.
These are candidates for going for SRT. They have given mavacamten and they assess the response of mavacamten and deferral of SRTs. primary and secondary endpoint of the study. Primary endpoint is the main, which composite of patient decision to proceed with SRT or continue to meet 2021 ACC guideline eligibility of SRT after 16 weeks. Means after 16 weeks, they are evaluated patients for that are they still eligible for SRT or not. And five secondary endpoints at the end of 16 weeks were change in post-exercise eligibility gradient, number of patients with improvement of NYHA class more than 1, change in KCCQ clinical summary score, change in NT-proBNP, and at last change in NT-proBNP.
What is KCCQ?
It is a multi-questionnaire to assess the symptomatology of the patient.
I guess it is Kansas clinical
Ah,
cardiac questionnaire, right?
Yes, it is 23 points questionnaire according to
There is also like a miniature version also, there is one a bigger version also, two
Yes.
versions are.
Yes, it is 13 with 23 questions. With results of this study, this is the mean age of the patient in the main study group was observed is 59.8 years, with female sex being 48.2%. 30% of the patients have family history of SCM, and about 93% of the patients have NYHA class 3 or higher. The type of SRT recommended in this patient were myectomy were recommended in 48%, and alcohol septal ablation was recommended in 8% of the patient. The 45% of the patient are on beta blocker monotherapy. On non-DHT CCB were given in 13% of the patient, and combination therapy was 35% of the patient. The resting LVOT gradient in study group was 51.2, and post-exercise gradient was 83 mmHg. Coming to the result of study primary endpoint, the decision to proceed with SRT by 16 weeks or guideline eligible at 16 weeks is around 18%. Means 80% of the patient still require the septal reduction therapy after giving Mevacamten, compared to placebo, where there are 77% of the patient will still require guideline directed septal reduction therapies. Out of which 10 patients, 2 patients proceeded with SRT. 8 patients were eligible for SRT, but they haven't proceeded with SRT. This is a graphical representation of the same, sir, with primary endpoint and NYHA class improvement, sir. Here we can say Mavacamten has improvement of 82% of the patient, which remained which deferred septal reduction therapy. 82% of the patient is study group, where 23% of the placebo group. In the 23% of the patient in placebo group, there is surgery or deferred. This is a significant association. And coming to NYHA improvement, 63% of the patient have improved NYHA.
It was double blind. It was double blind crossover.
Yes, a double blind. And only 21% of the patient have improved NYHA score in placebo. Coming to secondary efficacy endpoints, first is change in LVOT gradient on rest on Valsalva. In study groups, we can see here we can see the resting LVOT difference is minus 33.4 mmHg at the end of 16 weeks in the study groups, compared to 47 in placebo groups. Second in Valsalva LVOT gradient, here mean Valsalva gradient, mean LVOT gradient after Valsalva in study group was 28 plus or minus 21 in the study group, and 78 plus or minus 31 in placebo group. This is a significant reduction of LVOT gradient after giving the drugs. Coming to LVOT ejection fraction, this is the only negative point about Mavacamten. They have observed slight reduction in LV ejection fraction, which is also the adverse effect of the Mavacamten. But it doesn't correlate clinically. P-value is not significant here, and no patient will discontinue the drug due to reduced LV ejection fraction. And clinical summary score, it is in study group it significantly reduced.
This is the effect. When the ATP is not there, all muscles starve,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But whether they have studied the other muscle or not, I do not know. ATP is only in the heart muscle.
It's a myocardial selective, cardiac selective myosin inhibitor, sir.
I'm coming to the same thing as well.
Yes,
So it is a specific cardiac myocytes ATP inhibitor.
yes. It's selective action.
Otherwise, you will get the systemic effect.
Yes, the systemic contraction.
So was there any change in the diastolic function of the patients?
They are not evaluated in this study, sir.
So ATP is needed in cardiac cycle for systole or diastole.
Yes, I have covered that next, sir. For
How you-
myocardial cross bridge cycle.
How do you explain the reduction in the ejection fraction there?
They reduce the main pathology of HCM is the increase in myosin receptors.
So
They
it is
reduce
not
myosin
a,
receptors.
it's not a direct effect, it's an indirect effect.
Yes.
So diastole में શું જોયું છે તમે બતાવો.
Next slide.
अच्छा બહુ આગળ તો જા તારે સિક્વન્સ માં જવા તો.
This is
Are they
a
correct the basic pathology? No.
no, sir, not basic pathology, sir.
It is a desero of the myocardium.
Yes, it's
Myocardium cell.
they only reduce the contraction of septum, sir.
Right?
Yes.
So the other events are likely to happen.
Yes. For that we have to do ICD or
Right. You see, otherwise sudden death is equally important.
yes. Because the trial itself says they only want to defer the surgical therapies, sir.
At what cost?
Cost I have covered in the last sir. Last slide, sir.
Yes, thank you.
About the investigation efficiency, sir. NT-proBNP levels were reduced very significantly in the study groups, and also troponin I levels were also reduced in study groups, which was very significant statistically. We selected adverse effect. There are minor various adverse effects. There are 2 patients which have ejection fraction less than 50%, which were eventually improved after adjustment of mavacamten dose, and no permanent treatment discontinuation due to reduced LVM. No subject experienced the severe adverse effect of CHF or sudden cardiac death, which can lead to discontinuation of the drugs.
Patient cannot experience sudden death.
Yes.
Observer will see the sudden death.
Yes. With limitations of this study, primary endpoint driven by the reduction in guideline eligibility of septal reduction. Duration of randomization was only 16 weeks. Whether myosin inhibition can allow patient to avoid SRT during long-term administration remains uncertain. Long-term
So
safety
is
has
there
not.
any further follow-up after 2021 of these particular patients?
This study is recent study only, sir, 6 months back. Further follow-up was not available, sir.
They still not available.
They were
It was
available
as of 2021.
2022, sir, last year only, sir. Effect of myocardium on life-threatening arrhythmias or sudden death, as sir said, is not assessed. Currently, study included predominantly white people, which are from USA, at the high-volume HCM centers. So we have to carry the studies widely to see the efficacy of the drugs. Coming to the main drug, mavacamten. It is an allosteric, selective and reversible inhibitor of cardiac myosin ATPase. It is the first in the class molecule that reduces the formation of active myosin cross bridge, thus reducing probability of systole and diastole cross bridge formation. Excessive myosin actin bridge arrangement and dysregulation of relaxed states, as such, are the pathologic and mechanistic hallmark of HCM. The mavacamten promotes energy sparing super relaxed state that translates into reduction of valvular obstruction and improvement of cardiac communication.
Do you have its phase 1 and phase 2 data of this particular drug? Because we need to see the lethal dose, and this practically can kill you
Yes.
if given in a lethal dose. Right?
Yes.
From where this drug has been obtained?
USA pharma companies.
No.
Quality.
What is it? Most of the drugs are coming from plants.
Okay.
Taking from weeds,
Okay.
from alcohol.
Okay.
Then they find out that which is the molecule, chemical molecule
it does not come directly from plant, so there is the group. અને એમાં નાના મોટા modification કરીને આ લોકો એને ingredient
Right, see, that's the thing. But the first observation comes from plant.
plants.
See, William withering devotion came from the plant only.
Coming to the myocardial cross-bridge cycle is a simple illustration of myocardial cross-bridge. In resting state, myosin heads are low energy position, are not bound to the actin. When calcium is released from muscle by the electrical signal stimulation, here we can see, it binds to the troponin complex, which is associated with actin filaments, and the binding causes conformational changes in troponin tropomyosin complex, exposing the active binding site of this complex. Here we can see that. And after that, there is a cross bridge formation. The energized myosin heads binds to the exposed actin binding site, forming the cross bridge between actin and myosin. After that, myosin head undergoes conformational change, pulling the actin filaments toward the center of sarcomere, which shortens the sarcomere, coming to contraction of the heart muscle. Is the last step, which is ATP dependent process, ATP hydrolysis and detachment. ATP binds to the myosin heads. Here we can see that ATP has bind to myosin heads, causing the detachment from actin. ATP is hydrolyzed into ADP and inorganic phosphate, providing the energy for next cycle. So that cardiac diastole is the ATP dependent process. This actinomyosin cross-bridge cycle repeat rapidly during muscle contraction and relaxation, allowing cardiac muscle pump blood efficiently. Basic cardiac myosin bridge cycles. So how does mavacamten act? Actin.
What you will expect in the global longitudinal strain of these patients? Will it become more positive or will it become more negative?
It becomes more negative in basis of
It has to become more positive. Because the rejection fraction is reducing. And now what is normal global longitudinal strain on your echo?
minus 23.
It's minus 16, 17. So it will go to minus 15 or minus 14. છે આમાં ડેટા એ લોકો GLS જોયું છે?
GLS
જોયું જ હશે. જોજે ચેક કરજે. You must have missed. GLS ના જોયું ના બને આપના ટાઈમ. Check it.
ये सब जर्नल में आवे જ नहीं.
Yes. આજના ટાઈમનો 22 માં તો પબ્લિશ થયું હોય. 22 માં પબ્લિશ થયું તો GLS જોયું જોઈએ. ક્યાંક લખ્યું હશે.
In SCM, there is hypercontractility, impaired relaxation, and altered myocardial energetics. Here we can see the reduced myosin cross bridge. So, mavacamten reduced myosin active cross bridges to attenuate the hypercontractility and improve compliance and energetics. Coming to the how we should use this drug. For the initiation, the drug is was initiated at the 5 mg once dose daily. If LVF is more than 55%, then we have to monitor for LVOT gradient. If LVOT gradient is reduced less than 20 millimeter of mercury, then we have to decrease the dose. And if LVOT gradient is still more, we have to maintain dose and follow the patient after 4 weeks and adjust the dose accordingly. After 4 weeks, we have to go in maintenance phase. If patient is tolerating dose well with LVF more than 50 to 55% regardless of LVOT gradient, or LVF more than 55% with LVOT gradient less than 30%, we have to continue the same dose and follow up at 12 weeks. If LVOT gradient is still high and patient's EF is allowing to increase the dose, then dose can be titrated as from 2.5 to 5. Patients on 5 they take 10 to 15. Maximum dose can be used is 15. And we have to check the clinical status and echo every 4 weeks and maintain the dose accordingly. For the indication of interruption of treatment of any clinical lesion, if LVF down less than 50%, we have to interrupt the treatment and recheck the echo parameter every 4 weeks until LVF becomes more than 50%. And we have to permanently discontinue the treatment if LVF down to 50% on the twice occasions on the lowest possible dose 4 weeks.
Four
We have
weeks.
to evaluate every 4 weeks. If 2 instances we have seen LVF down less than 50%, we have to discontinue the drug.
So if original EF is less than 15, then you will not start.
indicated, sir.
This is the one night study. How you are going to do it?
This is a separate literature diagram.
I'm saying the same thing, yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, when you want to stop that drug,
Yes.
double blind study, you do not do it in studies.
But in that study they have evaluated EF, sir. No patient when discontinued the drug due to reduced EF, sir. They have mentioned this patient.
So this is data from the other trial in Valorant.
This data is a guideline direction.
So there should be some other data than Valor HCF.
Exploration trial is also there, sir. They have also evaluated the same drug for same efficacy, sir.
No different drug.
They have evaluated the myocardial oxygen demands and
Right,
symptoms.
right.
Yes.
Yes, this is which guideline? SCCA?
ACC, sir.
SCC guideline.
Yes. Coming to the metabolism, sir. Magagamtan extensively metabolizes the primary through CYP2, C19, CYP3, A4, CYP2, C9. This is the most important. So we have to be cautious about concomitant administration of the drug with weak CYP2, C19 or moderate CYP3, A4 inhibitors. This has to be taken in specific consideration to it. So comes to the contraindication. So with moderate, this drug is contraindicated with enzyme inducers, moderate to strong CYP to C19 inducers or moderate to strong CYP3A4 inducers, and contraindicated with enzyme inhibitors like CYP2 C19 inhibitors or strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Because in enzyme inducers, it decreases magagamtan exposure. The risk of heart failure due to systolic dysfunction may increase with discontinuation of this inducer at the level of induced enzyme normalizes. And in enzyme inhibitors, the magagamtan exposure, there is increase in exposure to this drug which can cause adverse reaction. Patient on magagamtan requires continuous monitoring of exacerbation of heart failure symptoms and periodic echocardial follow-up to assess LVF and LVOT gradient. Initiation of magagamtan is not recommended in LVF less than 55% given the risk of worsening of systolic dysfunction, and it is also contraindicated in pregnancies. Coming to the adverse reactions, magagamtan reduces systolic contraction and might cause worsening of heart failure and complete block of ventricular function. Decrease up to 10% of LVF has been reported. The most common side effect in phase 3 Explorer trial were dizziness and syncope in 6%. Other potential adverse side effect
Is
is
that the side effects of disease also?
yes, this can be the related to disease also.
Right, disease
Yes.
can also produce dizziness.
Dizziness symptoms. Other adverse effect that acute stress cardiomyopathy, AF, ventricular tachycardia, pectoris headache, dyspnea, chest pain, fatigue, palpitation. But in the Explorer trial, syncope was observed in 0.8%. It was the only ADR was leading into discontinuation of the drug in the Explorer phase 3 trials. So coming to the conclusions, in HOCM patients with intractable symptoms referred for SRT administration of cardiac myosin inhibitor mevagamtan titrated using echocardiography significantly reduced the eligibility for invasive SRT procedure at the 16 weeks. It also showed the treatment benefit in the form of all secondary endpoint, that is reduction in post-exercise LVOT gradient, more than 1% class improvement in NYHA class, improvement of clinical summary score, reduction in NT-proBNP, reduction in troponin I. Additional data is needed to assess durability of improvement of SRT eligibility over long period of time. Other trial also stated that mevagamtan has been proposed in the patient with non-obstructive SCM. There is a Maverick SCM trial explore the safety and efficacy of mevagamtan in subset of non-obstructive SCM patients. In phase 2 analysis, treatment with mevagamtan are associated with significantly reduction of myocardial stress markers such as cardiac troponin and NT-proBNP. This mechanism is used in non-obstructive SCM patients. But coming to the last price of this drug, where we can afford. It has been introduced in US at the price of around 7 lakh rupees per month. It is not affordable at present.
How long you should do? The patient lives, you are not correcting the basic thing.
Yes, we have to continue Yes.
You see, once you reduce the septum by
Yes.
surgery or by the alcohol ablation,
Yes.
the result lasts for very long period.
But what I feel fascinating is the new
New
category
concept.
of drug which can open
It's a
the
new concept.
new concept which can open the gate to
જો ભાઈ
lots of medical
રાજપાલ યાદવ ઐશ્વર્યા સાથે લગ્ન નથી કરવા.
Is the condition of our patient when they see the price?
Why the cost is same 2.5, 5, 10, 15?
This is Bristol Myers Squibb.
Let's score આપનો એટલે આપણે કેટલા?
એને આપણી ઉપર દયા કરી કે હવે નથી